Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Guys, the big UFC 2K80 card is just a few days away, and today I'm going to give you my quick prediction for Petr Yan versus Sean O'Malley. Man, am I excited for this fight. And this fight's been really flying under the radar. When I take a look at predicting these two fighters, it's very tough for me because Sean O'Malley, you have somebody who's relatively untested. And yes, you could say he did fight against Pedro Munoz, but other than that, that fight was very uneventful and it ended in a way that you really wouldn't want to end it. And so Sean O'Malley, in my eyes, remains untested. And he's fighting the #1 guy in the division. I still consider Petr Yan the top of the division. I think he is the best fighter bantamweight. I believe that he won the second fight against Aljamain Sterling, but I understand it was close. I understand he's not the champion. I just believe that Sean O'Malley is going up against the best fighter in the division, hands down. When you take a look at this fight stylistically, it's very interesting because Petr Yan, again, and a lot of this goes back to what I was just saying, where Sean O'Malley, I don't know how he will deal with this type of stuff because he has been good. He's been dealing with pressure before, but have you fought anywhere against Petr Yan's pressure? Like, that guy is always walking forward with perfect defense and perfect offense. Every single shot that dude throws is for bad intentions, and we all know the first time Sean O'Malley went up against somebody who was even towards the top of the division, not even at the time, was Cheeto Vera, and he lost that fight, again, to unfortunate circumstances. So this all ties back together to me not knowing what to expect from Sean O'Malley. If you really dive into this fight and try to predict how this is going to go, my only worry for Petr Yan, because I'm definitely here, spoiler, I'm picking him to win the fight. I think he's the best in the division, like I said, but the only thing that worries me is how Yan takes the first round off. He likes to feel out his opponents. He likes to get in the ring. He's not just ready to go and get like somebody like TJ Dillashaw or someone like Colby Covington that you see. He just goes into the ring and gets a feel for it, and then the second round comes up and he just starts putting on an onslaught of pressure and then just picking you apart completely. So my only worry is Yan just taking off that first round, and if you see Sean O'Malley piece him up pretty good, you never know, he could hurt him. And Yan also has that really high guard. I can see Sean O'Malley kind of spinning and throwing a kick to the liver or something like that. I can see him hurting Yan in that sense, but Yan has never really shown to be even phased in a fight. The guy is a Terminator, just like Charles Oliveira. Well, except Charles Oliveira, he does look like he gets hurt when he gets hit, but you get the point. Like, no matter what you hit the guy with, he just comes forward and hits you harder. That's kind of like what I was comparing him to Charles Oliveira in that sense. So if Yan gets out of round 1 in this fight, I see him really taking over in the second and third, because Sean O'Malley, he doesn't necessarily slow down in rounds 2 and 3, but he's definitely not as explosive as he was in the first round. He still looks great, and don't forget, guys, this is a fight against Yan, man. He's gonna have a pressure put on him that we've never ever seen before. I can really see Sean like kicking to the body a lot, then Yan catching it, sweeping him. I don't know if Yan would necessarily follow him up to the ground. I guess that depends on how the first round will go. Regardless, I see Yan being a little bit of a step ahead, even though Sean O'Malley is very precise. He's very elusive. He can hit the shots. He has the power. You know what? He has the length, the height. The stats are with Sean O'Malley. However, I think Yan will be able to just have that high guard, walk forward, and put a pressure on Sean O'Malley that he is not used to. Kick him everywhere, punch him everywhere, and it's a very basic game plan. I am so fascinated when Petr Yan fights. Like, he's just going to walk forward with that high guard, 1-2. He's going to throw everything with perfect, precise technique. Sean O'Malley kicks. He's either going to slip a little bit, he's going to catch it, sweep him. It's going to be really, really fun to watch. So I'm going with Yan. I'm going to go with a decision, 29-28, because I'm a little bit skeptical of him taking off the first round. But Sean O'Malley, I feel like he will, again, have some success there. But come the second and third round, I feel like Yan will take over, and this will look a lot like the later rounds usually do with Petr Yan. That's just my pick, though, and I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody.